I'm Donna Hetzler.
And I'm Sally Smith.
We, just like you, are bravely walking through the dark valleys of life in hopes of scaling joyful summits.
We believe that safe and trusted women are a force to be reckoned with. When we climb together, we can reach the mountaintop.
Many of our challenges come from feeling as if we are stuck while trying to ascend, hiding in crevices, waiting for storms to pass.
Might we suggest that you have a more proactive role in reaching the peaks of your own life?
Let's laugh at the untruths we were taught, from the common religious myths to the lies we believe about our situations and about ourselves.
It is our hope that our time together brings you solace from life's daily drudgery and a bit of lighthearted laughter.
This is a safe place where you are welcome, right where you are, even in your questions and doubts. So rise up, sister. It's time to conquer together.
And we certainly hope you'll say, "Now that's funny!"
Welcome to another episode of That's Funny. Here's your host, Donna Hetzler. And host, Sally Smith.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode. We're so excited that you could all join us today.
Yes.
We're excited to be in studio again as well.
Again, yes.
So yay.
Hooray.
Well, you know, our new topic is this topic that I don't like, but the topic is God helps those that help themselves.
Now that's funny.
You know, this phrase, as I said in the last episode, like I heard it so much growing up. The one motherly figure in my life was my Gigi. We called her Gigi.
I was hoping you were going to talk about Gigi.
I know, and her name is Mary, but she really shaped me into the woman that I am.
Yes.
She really did, and in all the right ways. However, she did say this to me a lot. Now, Sally, dear.
Did she really talk like
She
that?
did.
Sally, dear.
Sally, dear. God helps those that help themselves. You know what? I would be frustrated with anything.
Right.
Friends trying to do something, homework, school, anything that she would, you know, I would maybe ask for help for. Not that she was not there to help me.
Right.
But there was this saying, now God helps those that help themselves, dear. And I think that even though it did help shape me into a doer, as we were talking about,
Yes.
I think it also hindered me a little.
Oh, how so?
Because then I think I was afraid to ask for help.
Okay.
In times when I needed help, I really didn't want to ask for help because I would not be a good Christian woman if I didn't do,
Oh, interesting.
you know, what the Bible, she thought said is God helps those that
Right.
help
Isn't that
themselves.
something how, like, we hear something, we take it as scriptural.
Right.
And then it really changes the whole dynamic as we move forward in our lives about how we react to things or not react to things.
Right. You know, the Bible calls us to work diligently and responsibly.
Right.
But the deepest help comes from God, right?
Yes.
Our deepest help comes from God. And I heard something or read something. Salvation, grace, and strength are gifts, not something we earn by self-effort.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
See, you
I
have
want to
some
say
good
that
ones.
again.
Okay.
Salvation, grace, and strength are gifts, not something we earn by self-effort.
That is so good. It goes right along with the theme.
Right.
You know, God
Right.
never gives you anything, you know.
Right, right. Kind of all intertwined.
Yeah. God, you know, that helps himself. You got to
Right.
help yourself.
Right.
You know, and going back to our old topic, God never gives you more than you can handle. You know, God helps those that help themselves.
Right.
I'm thinking of a string, like we said on last episode,
Right.
of how they all intertwine. It's just crazy. And now I have this vision of Gigi, like. Was she like had the remote? Oh, wait, there was probably no remotes
No
back
remote.
in the day.
I was the remote and the antennas.
So is she sitting back with her coffee and like, I really don't want to help with homework today?
In her
So-
little chair. Now, dear, God helps those that help
I
themselves.
want to be Gigi. I ain't helping you with no homework. God helps those that help themselves.
That's right.
Is that how it was?
That's kind of how it was. It really was.
I'm going to start using this line.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to start using it.
okay.
Yeah, those dishes better get washed, David. God helps those that helps themselves. themselves as I'm sipping my coffee.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Yes, don't believe that lie.
No.
And it's fun to kind of dispel this and figure out, okay, look how it's shaped our lives and what has
Right.
happened. And when I was praying and studying over this, I came across that story. Is it Matthew? I think it's Matthew 8. 5 through 13 maybe.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's the centurion and how he comes to Jesus. Maybe you should read that.
Great. I will read that in my Bible that I've shown off before that Donna got me that has the large print so I can see because
Now you don't need your glasses.
No, I don't need my glasses. So this is Matthew 8, 5 through 13. The centurion replied, 5 through 13. Sorry, I started in the wrong spot. When Jesus had entered Capernaum,
Capernaum? Yes.
a centurion came to him asking for help. Lord, he said, my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly. Jesus said to him, shall I come and heal him? The centurion replied, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. For I am myself a man under authority with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go and he goes, and that one, come and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown aside, outside into darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Jesus said to the centurion, go, let it be done just as you believe it would. And his servant was healed at the moment.
I spent a lot of time in that story, and there's so many things to pull apart from that story.
really
There's so
is.
much there. And I even heard something a little different sitting here listening to you read it. So what's the first thing that Jesus asks?
Well, when Jesus entered, he asked him for help. The centurion asked him for help.
Right. And then what did Jesus say?
Jesus said to him, shall I come and heal him?
So Jesus, that's what got me sitting here. I'm like, ooh, this takes a whole nother twist on stuff. But Jesus asks a really good question. Like, do you want to be a doer? Do you want to go to your house so I can lay hands on him? Or are you just coming to me?
Oh.
And so this centurion, as I was studying in the wee hours of the morning about this, it so resonated with me because it's opposite of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, yes, let's go to my house. I'm going to drag Jesus by the hair. I'm going
right.
to say, yes, Lord, let's go.
Right.
And I need you to lay hands, and so I can see and I can tell everybody that you did it. You laid hands on it, on my servant.
Right.
But what did this centurion say? He said, no need to go to the house. No need. Like, I am a man of position. I have servants, and I tell them to go, and they go, and whatever I tell them to do, it gets done. And basically he's saying, and I'm coming to you as a servant, as your servant. All I had to do was, my part in this situation was to get myself to Jesus, to abide in you. All you have to do is say the word and
Right.
it'll be done. I mean, what huge faith.
Right.
I can so see me going, yes, we need to go to my house and it's got to be at this time and we got to get there before the servant dies, and giving him my whole list. And Jesus just calmly says, well, shall we go to your house? And he's like, nope, no need. I'm taking you at your word. And it also so spoke to me, Sally, about going back to the book of Genesis. In the very beginning, it says, God said, and there was. They created,
Let there be light.
Let there be light.
Right.
And so it was almost as if this centurion, because I wasn't there and I don't want to put words in the centurion's mouth, but it was almost as if the centurion was like, you are God incarnate. All you have to do is speak it. There's no reason that you have to come all the way to my house. I can take you at your word and I know it'll be healed. And the servant was healed that same moment,
That's
right?
Yep.
So it was just so interesting. So do you remember a time where you took Jesus at his word, and then you didn't say, yeah, come to the house and make sure, this is all done. You didn't drag him to the house, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yes, I know that we're almost running out of time here because we've been talking so much,
know.
but so I'm going to make this short.
Okay.
Because we've talked a little bit about it before, but yes, it was when my son had to have his third brain surgery.
Yeah.
We had gone all this time thinking he was fine,
Yes.
and then of course there was the initial gut punch, but then I was just like, it is going to be fine.
Right. Just say the word.
I'm going to do my part,
Yep.
and it is going to be fine, and it was fine.
Yes.
How about you?
See, you put me on the spot now. Well, I would say most recently, because this is a stretch for me. I'm a doer, and I'm like, show me, do the healing. So most recently, back in January, David and I made a trek back from Florida to Colorado, and we chose a day knowing that there was a storm coming, but we didn't think it was that big of a deal, and it turned out to be this huge storm that left like 8 inches of snow in Pensacola and iced over roads, and we were heading to Pensacola. And I remember feeling so strongly about going, and I got there, and I think I said this in another episode, but I remember hearing don't go once we were already in Pensacola, and I was so confused. And I said, you know what? How did I feel in the moment when I was leaving Florida? I knew God was leading us home. I knew he was calling us home. And so in that moment when I heard don't go, I said, that didn't sit right. I know the Lord said to go forth. He said the word, I'm going to go in faith. And we ended up going north and missed the whole storm. So
See?
it was great.
You listened.
I
You
listened.
did your part.
I did my part, yes. So I think maybe this week our practice should be thinking about taking God at his word and not having to drag him to the house for the miracle, and just saying, let it be as you have said, and,
Right.
and just praying about it. So what do
I
you
love
think about that?
I love that. I think that's a great practice.
Okay.
I'm going to do that this week.
So don't drag Jesus by the hair
Don't drag
to your
Jesus
house.
by the hair to your house.
And picture yourself in this situation. You are the centurion, and Jesus is saying, shall I go to your house to make this happen? And you're like, nope, just say the word. Just say the word, Lord. Having that type of faith this week, I think
Yes.
would be good.
I love that. Well, keep commenting. We love seeing your comments. Like, subscribe. We're excited to be back in studio with you all.
Absolutely.
And don't believe that silly little lie that God helps those that help themselves.
Now that's funny.
From the heavens high above, I feel the touch of his laughter and love. In every moment, tear and smile, God's humor is heard, every step, every mile. Keep walking, dear sister. You've got this.